Hi, I'm Kylie and this is my husband Dean, and he's 63 and I'm 55. We're from the Gold Coast, Australia. I was self-employed in Australia. I do duck back every couple of months now and just catch up with some work and my children. But we moved to Bali maybe nearly 2 years ago now.
I was working for the council at the Bunjar and looking after beaches and driving trucks and mowing lawns and having a good life on the Gold Coast. But we decided to move to Bali 2 years ago and retire.
Well, we decided to retire it was 2 years ago, and I think for us everything just aligned. Like we always said that we would move to Bali one day. We didn't know when, how or why, but everything sort of fell into place in Australia for us. And yes, we just made our mind up after we got married here, and 6 months later we returned living here. So,
and Nyang was probably our best destination in Bali because we love the beach and we're very, very close to the beach and very close to Uluwatu, Bingin, Balinese, where we do surf. And we got 2 dogs, so we do take them down to the beach and they come everywhere with us. They're like little kids.
Okay, our typical day in Bali is we get up extremely early, 4 o'clock every morning, and we head off to the local market just up the road here. We come back, we then head to the gym, which is up in Ungasan. We spend maybe an hour or so there. We catch up with some people, like our friends up there. We once again call into the market on the way back, pick up the supplies that we didn't get in the morning. Come back here and we take the dogs down the beach, or Dean might go for a surf. I might stay here and do some yoga on the rooftop. Lunchtime, we may go out for lunch, or we have it here, but usually we have a little siesta because it is so hot, I guess. And then the afternoon time, we put it on repeat. We go back to the beach with the dogs and come home, cook dinner, or sometimes we do go out for dinner, catch up, watch the sunset. So, typical day.
Pretty much what we do every day, 7 days a week, just about. So it's sort of like it's a good cycle because it's quite healthy and you know, like the food here in Bali is unbelievable, fantastic food wherever you go. And I've said to Kylie 1,000 times and to other people that the best food in Bali is like everywhere. You can't get a bad meal. So I've never had a bad meal and I've always had a cold beer, so I'm really happy.
Our home here in Nyang, we moved in here a year ago. We lived in Jimbaran and Ungasan beforehand. That didn't really work out for us. So we ended up doing a lease here, a long lease. So we've got this for 25 years. Buying the place is a challenge, but I always believe in, you know, you have a dream, you keep working at it. My advice to people is check your notary, have a lawyer, and really check out your developer.
But other than that, then we got our time to maybe go away, do little trips to Nusa Penida, go to Sumatra, go to Lombok. Just little jaunts into, like, have a holiday away from the holiday, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
We've always talked about retiring in Bali. Well, ever since I first brought Dean here 10 years ago. I guess I actually rang Simone without Dean knowing about 2 years before we came here and had a meeting with her on the phone. So maybe I was secretly planning it for a few years. And then when things fell into place for us with the sale of our home and things like that in Australia, I did the figures and I just presented this to Dean, and we thought, let's just do it. Let's do it now before we're, well, not too old, but you know, our knees still work, our hips still work. We're not ill. It was time, so we can be here and enjoy it, and still surf, still go to yoga, still go to the gym, ride the bike. You know, not come over here when we're 75 or something like that. When you know, I feel like these are the best years of our lives. Yeah. So let's do it now.
Yeah, we can enjoy the retirement part of it now because we just can slow down and we don't have to, as we are at home, we're both working, we have to look after things, our homes and things like that, and what we went through with work, and so by being here we can actually retire properly, enjoy the experience, go and do things away from Bali as well, because there's so many islands in Bali and around Indonesia. So that's what we want to do, and I think that's what keeps you younger and, you know, keeps you healthy as well, and just keeps your mind active. So once you do retire, you do need to do things and have those little challenges on the side, which are probably the better part of your life, as Kylie said, having that retirement and going to do things that you want to do. Very active, yeah, definitely.
And everyone's very like-minded. So
yeah, even the younger people are good too as well. You know, I find them very respectful, whether they be Indonesian, Balinese, Western. I think they all come for the same reason, whether you're retired or not, or whether they're working or whether they're not. They come here to have a good time, and everybody seems to have that happiness and enjoyment that we want and that we've got, I think, together. Like, everybody has a good time. That's what it should be like.
And I love the balance. Like, I mean, we're a little bit older than most people here, but, you know, Dean still goes surfing with them. Everyone sort of accepts you. I think it's a great energy here for where we're at now. Okay, some of our favourite things, well, my personal favourite thing is I love the markets in the morning. I mean, we're probably the only foreigners that go up there, and just the welcoming we get and the interaction, even though we don't have a lot of Bahasa, they still practice their English on us, I guess, and they teach us little words. They're always laughing at us and very respectful. Like, they know we're actually local, we live here. They will always stop, wave, and we spend quite a bit of time up there in the morning. It's just lovely. We get our satay sticks and our little pancakes, and we love to try all the food that's being cooked there, and some of it's a bit of a sight for the eyes, but you get used to it, and it's one of my favourite things, just seeing, I guess, the people's faces, and I think it's beautiful.
I think my favourite part is probably driving down after the gym and having something to eat, and then taking the dogs on the bike, and Kylie will just relax here for the morning and just do what she needs to do, and I'll take the dogs for a surf check and take them down to the beach, and they have a little run and play with all the other dogs, and a few Western people get down there and Balinese people in the morning very early, and we can have a chat and walk the dogs, play with the dogs, and then
he chats for 3 hours.
and then we drive over to Padang Bridge. There's normally the go-to when I'm checking out, especially down that way. I surf Impossibles or Bingin, Balinese and Dreamland. Spot the waves down that corridor and see what's good. And if I can't see right through, I'll head down to Dreamland and go on the cliff face and let the dogs have another little run around. And I check the surf out back at Balang and Dreamland, and looking back the other way then at Ulus and Padang, and then I can make a decision what I want to do. So that's what I normally do in the morning, actually. So, and I enjoy that part of the day because it's still quiet. It could be only 7:30, 8 o'clock,
it's
and
not
everybody's not really, it's not super hot. So you can sort of ride around with the dogs and do that, and they've had their little run and play, so they're pretty settled on the bike, and they love to, I think they love to travel around as much as I do and sightsee and look at things and look at the beach, and they have a lot of fun.
Everybody knows them.
Yeah, everybody knows them and waves, and so it's fun. Yeah, it's good.
Friends are very easy to make here, I think, because you're all in the same, I guess, mindset. And as I say to people, Bali is many different places. Like, here is completely different to Canggu or to Kuta or or to something. So, you know, you find a place where, you know, people think
Same way.
similar to you, and our neighbours are beautiful. We know the people down the road. You know, everyone at our shops all know us. Our gym where we go, that's, you know, it's fantastic when you go there. Everyone greets you, they hug you, they kiss you. It's yeah.
So everybody's very familiar with, I suppose, this side of that vibe. It's sort of very tranquil and easygoing, and I think it's probably a little bit different to Canggu, where it's a little bit more busier, different.
It's very laid back here.
Different sort of vibe up there to what Kylie was saying, compared to what it is down here. So the people are probably a little bit more quicker. It's probably like being in the city or going to Denpasar or doing things like that are different. You know, it's like rush, got to get here, got to get there. But here, you can sort of really take your time, even though you've got to get somewhere to be somewhere. You can still take that little bit of extra time because you know that you're going to get there, and you don't have to rush to do it. That's the beauty of the Bukit, I think, you know, for me anyway.
And we do have a lot of, well, we've met a lot of expats. Actually, we met some people at Balinese, Jill and Dennis, and we didn't know they had gone through our year in Bali as well. But we just met them by chance, and they have a villa here in Bingin. And now we catch up every few months, like, and so that's really lovely as well. But it was just a by chance meeting. She said, "How did you get here?" And I said, "You know, we used our year in Bali," and she's gone, "We did too." So we're really good friends with them now as well, and yeah.
So it's, I think, again, people have the same mentality, and to be happy, to enjoy, meet new people. You know, it's sort of, I don't know, it probably takes you back to when you were a kid. You know, you're sort of just friendly all the time. When you're a kid, you don't have any preconceived ideas about anything. You just go and jump into whatever it is, and you just enjoy people's company and for what it is, and then you just, that's how our life is anyway. So
we just find a lot of people, you're just sitting in a cafe and people will just come up to you
and
and
talk. And,
well, because they see us with the dog, so they say, "Oh, you live here," and you know, those conversations can go for 2 hours in the end, can't they? And then, you know, we swap numbers and things like that. So I mean, it's really simple to make friends, and it's lovely. With the traditions and the local community, we're very respectful of that. We do what they ask, and if they need help, we go in and help out as well. Some of the traditions, we haven't done many. We've had the house blessed, of course. Our bike has been blessed. We're very lucky. We've just been invited to a wedding in a couple of weeks, and I'm very excited to go to that because I feel like that's a very special thing to be invited to from the Balinese. So yes, we're looking forward to that in the middle of October.
We have been to a Balinese wedding in Jimbaran when we first got here, from a friend of ours who runs JBR surf schools down in Jimbaran. And so he invited us to a very localised wedding, some of his friends, and he just invited us down to see what that was like. And then we did a clifftop ceremony in
a purification
ceremony. We've done that, and
we did that down at Melasti.
Went to Melasti to do that purification.
For us to live here, it's very reasonable, and I think it just depends on what you want to do. Like I guess if you want to eat at the fancy restaurants every day, or you know, go to all the beach clubs and things like that, you know, it can go up. But if you just live normally, it's much cheaper than Australia.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I mean, you can put a figure on it. We just stick to our budget, and you know, sometimes it goes over, sometimes it doesn't, but there is a limit. And when people come over, we usually splurge a bit more, but we don't really want for anything. It's not the same as home, you know. It's not the same as home.
It is, compared to Bali. Prices range significantly with electricity, with everyday living, with housing, accommodation. There is a lot more, I'd say, yeah, probably even 60-70% more than what Bali is compared to Australia. Compared to Bali. Australia is very, very expensive at this point of time, and that's another reason. Not that we left because of that. We left because we just wanted to have a nice, quiet, and peaceful life, and enjoy Bali as a whole, so we could get to do the things that we wanted to do now, as Kylie said before. So that way, Australia, probably we could stay in Australia. We could still keep working, and we could still go and enjoy all the sites back here in Bali and Lombok and Sumatra and places like that, where we do eventually want to go. But we just found it's very busy back home. Very, very. You haven't got a lot of time. You've got more time here, and to go and do and be in a relaxed mode to do the things that you want to do without that rushing around or having to pay bills or have to go to work or got things going on. So we sort of like got to that point now where we're sort of balancing just nicely. So we just want to enjoy what we do here in Bali now, and when we want to go home, we'll probably go home for a holiday in Australia when we need to. That's probably the better situation for us anyway. Food, cafes, restaurants, beer, are relatively super cheap compared to Australia. I think the more expensive things are things like your spirits, your wine, sunscreen, olive oil, yogurt, cheese.
Imported stuff.
Anything imported to Bali or to Indonesia is quite expensive. And look, we don't have to buy too much anyway. So our experiences with anything
there's always an alternative.
Yeah.
And you always be open to
you can always pick
different
up
things.
Yeah, but you can always pick up anything around Bali. Like even like having a pair of board shorts. You can get board shorts on sale here like you can get them in Australia, but there's a comparison. There's 50-60% off here. There might be 20-30% off in Australia. So, and they put a lot more markup in Australia than what they do here in Bali. So you can afford the same type of board shorts for a lot cheaper.
Of course it's board shorts.
But also, yeah, we'll stop and have our morning makan, and we'll go to a beautiful place down here called Bobby's Warung, and we'll go and get some kuning, and then sometimes at night time we'll just go down for an easy out, go and get mee goreng or nasi goreng with a bintang.
That's the best breakfast
just
there.
Pulling up somewhere on the side of the road with good food, cold beer, cold drinks, have it. Even with the dogs, they all know the dogs, so they can come in as well.
And Mama's in love with you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That's why he really goes there.
Mama always gives me good nasi goreng portion, like the table there. That's the beauty of going local, because people find that different with a lot of Westerners, because a lot of Westerners wouldn't go to normal warungs normally. They'd rather go to the Westernised places or cafes or restaurants to know what they're going to get. But it's the same thing, and I think it's even better because the food is more flavoured and just cooked better, and
it's
just
cooked with love,
cooked with a bit of love and a bit of localism. And we love that. We've been doing that for so long. We've been seeing how the way they cook, what they do, where they get their produce from, and everything is fresh every single day. And they cook all day long, and I find that unbelievable. Because that's their life.
With a smile.
They live, yeah, and they do. They're happy.
I mean, Dean and I've been right round the island. We've been over to Lombok and the Gili Islands. Menjangan was one of the best trips we did. We started off at, I think, Karemas, and we went Orsanua and went all the way up and stayed 3 days in each little spot, Lavina, Ahmed.
Candi Dasa,
and we visited all the the temples and the waterfalls and the hot springs. They were amazing. And then we ended up on a little boat and we went to Menjangan, and we snorkeled, and it was just, I felt like Nemo, like I was in the movie just swimming around.
Like an
It
aqua,
was,
right?
yeah, it was incredible. And then we went to Lombok, and we stayed at the Sheraton there, and one of the little fishing boats picked us up, and we went all the way over to Gili and spent the morning there and just swam
Yes.
around in the middle of the ocean. Dean surfed, ran into some people from where he lived in the middle of nowhere, and went back from the day, for the day, and yeah.
Just beautiful. And I really enjoy being here in this, what would I say, vibrant, beautiful country to do the things that I want to do. And, you know, I think it's just beneficial. It's just everybody should do it once in their lifetime, wherever you like, whatever part of the world you like, you know. if you
Yeah,
can
don't
get
be
that.
afraid to actually do it.
Yeah, you've got to
it
do it.
can be done.
You've got to do it.
Well, we could not have done this without Simone and our year in Bali. There would just be no way. I think I tried for a year to look into visas, look into everything, and then I came across Simone's website, and that's how it all began. The support afterwards is brilliant. I love catching up when she comes here. Yeah, no, Simone
And she's a lovely person too as well. So there's no problems with, you know, a phone call here and there, and she's always happy to have a chat and explain things, which is great. And that's what we like, you know, especially when you come to a different country, and you've got someone there you can rely on and get that exposure back of knowing how to do things properly and the right way, because there is sometimes there's
well,
some
I
unnecessary-
couldn't have done it
No,
without her.
It'd be a lot hard. Put it this way, it'd be a lot harder. It'd be a lot harder without going through someone that knows the ins and outs of the routine here in Bali.
And gives us the right contacts.
Advice, yeah, right
The
advice. Contacts and advice
Yeah.
are very, very.
Be prepared to slow down. I think our Western expectations are extremely, extremely high. Here, things do take a long time to get done, and it can cause a little bit of frustration because you're not seeing it done immediately, I guess. The tips are, you know, try local places. You don't always have to go to, you know, the fancy supermarket or the fancy restaurant.
Take
The
a chance.
locals will embrace you, and we found that that's happened with us. And yes, just and as I said before, you know, if you are buying a place, really have a look around or come and stay in the place you think you like for a couple of months first. Just do Airbnb or something before you fully go in and get your place, because things change very quickly in Bali, and sometimes we could be living like we are now and we might have 10 more villas go up beside us. So yes, just always check what's going on in your surroundings, I guess.
Overcome the challenges and be patient and understanding. It fits our lifestyle, and we love everything about Bali. Like, we've been coming for that long now that it just sort of seems to be a second home for us, and we're starting to really sort of gravitate to experiences and challenges and understandings, and of just having to live in another country with a different language has been hard at times, but also been exhilarating, and been you know, just have to be understanding of the whole culture and not be too worried about, you know, having to be the same as you are at back home. I think that's probably the biggest.
Yeah, it teaches you to slow down.
Yeah, it teaches you to slow down a lot.
A lot, and just embrace what you have.
Yeah.
Because it's just all beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just
definitely.
very beautiful.
There is. could sit up on our balcony all day long. Look at the beautiful nature and very nice.
Sampai jumpa di Bali.
Sampai jumpa, Bali.
Rainbows and bintangs.